This week my third Mind Pause box arrived. Now we know from previous boxes that this sticker gives us a hint as to what's inside, and it says ORI, so I have a pretty good guess at what craft we have this month. So let's see what we get inside the box. As usual, we have this little card telling us the activity of the box, and it confirms what I guessed, which is that we will be doing origami. Again, I love how these boxes are packaged in tissue paper, making each one feel like a present. It was actually good that I unwrapped this one carefully, but more on that later. The box includes some paper with varying designs and colours, and these feel pretty good quality. We have another little card telling us that the theme for this month is sharing. It encourages you to share your origami creations on social media, so I suppose I'm doing that by making this video. We also get instructions, with the first one telling us the origin of the word origami. In Japanese, ori means fold and kami means paper, so that's how we get origami. The other instruction cards have step-by-step guides on how to make a few different designs. The designs we get are a masu box, a lotus flower, a crane, and a butterfly. I'm glad these instructions include pictures, and they also have tips and fun facts, like the fact that traditionally if you fold 1,000 paper cranes it grants you a wish. Finally, the box contains a leaflet with personal stories from people that have been helped by Mind. I actually like this edition as it shows how your donation is helping real people. For those that don't know, this pause box costs an £8 a month donation to Mind, a mental health charity. For the first 12 months, you will receive one of these boxes straight to your door. Now onto the craft. I think if I'm going to try origami, I'm going to make a crane, and I picked this muted yellow colour for my first attempt. The pictures definitely help with knowing exactly where to put the folds. The first 3/4 of the crane went swimmingly, until I hit this odd fold where you kind of have to pull out to the side and invert existing folds. Somehow I managed to get the first of these folds done first try, but then I had to do the same fold on the opposite side and it just wasn't working for me. I tried a bunch of times, and the annoying thing is the more times you try, the more difficult it gets, because whenever I had a failed attempt it would add folds or creases to the paper in the wrong place. The more creases in the wrong place, the less the paper wants to fold in the right place. So I took a minute to pause, sit back and look at the issue. I then noticed that the helpful tip on the instruction card was to look up video tutorials online if you get stuck. Now, I think Mind could easily provide their own tutorials, and this comment just sort of devalued the kit a little bit for me. If I need to go online and look for instructions, do I even need this kit? I decided then and there not to use any outside sources. I just reread the instructions and looked at the successful fold on the other side before eventually figuring it out, and I got it to look almost like the picture. This one step ended up taking way longer than all the other steps combined, but I was relieved when I finally figured it out. Then I just had one more fold to do to make the head, and I did it. I made my first paper crane. So this kit includes 10 paper squares and 4 design instruction cards, one of which, the box, uses 2 of the pieces of paper. I actually enjoyed this kit, even with that one awkward, frustrating fold, so I went on to construct all the other designs. The lotus actually said to cut a square out of the tissue paper or to use a napkin, so that's why earlier I said it was lucky that I just didn't tear into the tissue paper. And here's what all 4 designs look like. I think my favourite is the lotus, followed by the crane. My least favourites are definitely the box and the butterfly. Overall, I really enjoyed this box. It was likely my favourite one so far. If you haven't seen the previous box videos, I'll link a playlist here. This was the 3rd box, which means we're a quarter of the way through. Again, the contents of the box does not have an £8 value, but really the £8 is a donation and the box is a nice extra. Postage is also included, so I think this box is close to breaking even. My ideas for improving the value of this box would be for Mind to create their own tutorials rather than point people to find their own online if they get stuck. And maybe include an extra square or two of tissue paper for the lotus, as many people would have just ripped the packaging open before realising that they needed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss my next video. Thanks for watching.